NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox, presented by Pennzoil, is sponsored by Verizon Wireless. Big racing fan? Get Verizon Championship Racing for race highlights, behind the scenes, and exclusive interviews right on your VCast phone from the network with the most 3G coverage. Verizon.
84 laps to go. Jeff Gordon still leading Jimmy Johnson now by 1.1 seconds. Kyle Busch has inherited 5th place because Jeff Burton suddenly made a stop on pit road, a place he'd been to just 20 laps before. What's up, Krista?
Well, I had just given the report that he was really tight. All Jeff said, he came on the radio and said, I have an issue, I cannot turn. They don't think it's a loose wheel or anything like that, like the 17 thought they had, but Jeff just said, I have an issue, I can't turn.
So they came to pit road, put tires on it, sent him back out. And now Jeff Burton has fallen off the lead lap, and so too is the 99 of Carl Edwards, getting lapped on the racetrack by Jeff Gordon.
Mike, the last time that Jeff Gordon, I said I couldn't remember when it was. Last time he led 150 or more laps in a race was at Martinsville in '07. Last time he led 150 laps on the Super Speedway was at Texas back in '07. He finished 4th that day.
Wow.
So this is one of the best performances in quite a while for this 24 team.
I just think the track conditions that we have went through and experienced, it's helped a lot of cars, but I think it's hurt some cars, possibly Carl Edwards being one of them.
Let's get an update on Edwards, Matt.
And Mike, Larry Mack was right on it. The Edwards car just loose. The previous run, he said he was just way too loose to run the top. They made several adjustments on the last stop. Hasn't helped. The car is just getting looser and looser.
Now, we've heard there was nothing wrong with the tires that came off of Jeff Burton's car. So just interesting how the track is changing and different cars are reacting to the cloudiness and the cooler weather than where we started the day.
And that is so odd. I mean, no warning at all. He just says, I got an issue, I'm coming to the pits.
And the problem with that
talk about it.
Yeah, the problem with that stop that he made, I mentioned a while ago that everybody now, if we stay green, and we don't think we will, but if we do, everybody's on a one-stop race. Now, a lot like Matt Kenseth, Jeff Burton will have to make an additional stop. Matt Kenseth got it to cycle all the way through, but he still has to make an extra stop.
There are your leaders. Gordon and Johnson now about 0.8 of a second apart. It is 7 seconds back to the 17 of Matt Kenseth, your 3rd place car.
It's about 700 feet up there to Dale Jr. going a lap down right now.
There's a look at Kenseth, who's 3rd.
In fact, Mike, Matt Kenseth, Todd Parrott, they're going to have to make a green flag stop in about 10 to 15 laps from right now.
4th is Kevin Harvick, and Harvick is an equal distance back as Kenseth. He's 13 seconds off the lead, but from where he started the day in 34th, this is real progress.
Well, considering he's the points leader, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Now Kyle Busch will be the 5th place car, and he is 17 seconds off the lead. But he has Tony Stewart closing in on him. Stewart is just about 3 seconds behind Kyle. There's Tony.
That's a nice recovery on the 9 car, who's right behind Tony there. I mean, we were almost counting him out. He almost went a lap down, the 9 car did.
So Casey in 7th place, under no pressure from Greg Biffle. But what a rebound Biffle made. Blocked in his pit and restarting 25th. Greg Biffle has fought his way back up to 8th place.
Mike, I mean, when I look at the scoring monitor, we got 13 cars on the lead lap. That's how fast Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson are getting around this racetrack.
Yeah, other than probably Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, everybody would love to see a caution flag right now.
Mark Martin is the 9th place car. He started 8th. And he's just ahead of Clint Boyer in the 33, who began the day in 13th place and now runs in 10th. Good performance for Joey Logano. Started 6th, and he's hung on to the top 10 for most of the day, currently 11th.
I know I love. Rudy Tootie's sitting there in 12th, having a quiet day in the top 12.
You know, just real quick, there's David Ruderman. We're riding with him back to Joey Logano. I think the one thing we need to make a note, with the runs he had at Daytona and California, Joey comes in here 9th in the points in that 20 car.
They have really improved their consistency, Larry, plus their performance. Joey has just done a super job.
I love what Kyle Busch told y'all in the pre-race. You dadgum right we're watching him and listening to him now. He's in front of all of us in the points.
That's right.
And Ruderman right now 8th in the points, the way things stand at the moment. Here's Dale Jr. currently 13th.
Now, Junior was just about to go a lap down there to a second ago. What happened anyway? How did he get away from those guys?
Well, let's take a look.
This is over in turn 2.
Side drafting here. He just gets down there and gets a little air off of the back of that 24 car and almost pulled him around.
That lower lane coming out of turn 2 on the bottom is not as smooth as it looks. It's a little humpy bumpy there.
He just got a lot of wheel in it trying to get the car to stay on the bottom. It sucks you around sometimes.
Fox welcomes you back live in Las Vegas. Time for an AT&T race break. Jeff Gordon leading Jimmy Johnson, Matt Kenseth coming in for a quick pit stop here.
Yeah, he's out of sequence right now. And Krista, what are they doing?
Yeah, they're going to make a 4-tire change. Matt has been trying to save fuel, but based on the conversations I've heard, I think they're going to be about 14 laps short if it stays green.
Kenseth leading 9 laps in this race, but Jeff Gordon has already clinched the 5 points bonus for most laps led in this race, and it's the most laps he's ever led in a Las Vegas race.
He's just been totally dominant today. I mean, this is great to see him back running this well today, but it's so out of character to see him up there flexing his muscle like he is.
Let's talk about Kyle Busch running in the top 5, trying to make a move, and Joe Gibbs Racing overall, Jeff.
Well, we're seeing here one of his teammates, Joey Logano. He's been better than what he was, but to me, the 18 car, he's been a disappointment. He came from the back a year ago after having to change engines, drove his way all the way to the front, but today he's not been up there like I expect him. But, of course, Hendrick's been really tough all day long, but you see what Gibbs is doing right now.
Yeah, we have 8 leaders, 12 different lead changes, only 6 cautions right behind the 2 Hendrick cars. And by the way, Hendrick has finished 1-2 in Las Vegas 2 different times in 05 and 07. But you see Kevin Harvick in there. And in our pre-race show, with Larry Mack asked Jeff Burton about, hey, it's in Vegas. Can you bet on yourself? Is it legal? Burton was up there. He's faded back. But Harvick was one of the guys you and Darrell said, watch him all day. He's been on a roll this year.
Happy Harvick for some reason. I mean, he is back true to form. These guys have made a definite turnaround this year. He is our points leader right now. Again, he started deep in the field, 34th, after having problems early in practice. He's been able to get this car on track. He finds himself in 3rd place. He's still not out of this thing. Last week, he made a late charge on the 48 car. Right now, he's got both these Hendrick cars in his sights.
All right, you see Jimmy Johnson with a move there. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. started 4th, is a lap down, and has not led all day. Chatting with Lance McGrew, his crew chief.
Do what you can.
I've been doing it for 200 laps.
You've only been doing it for 174.
Doing it so much, I can't look at the scoreboard, okay? I'm just telling you. You want me to not tell you?
I want you to just do what you can do.
All right, well, you got to want to hear feedback about the car.
Copy that. Head down. Face forward. Let's go.
Jeff is a guy who operated with drivers as a crew chief. Is that 2 guys? Obviously, they're not happy, but, I mean, they got to get on the same page here.
Earlier today, we listened to Chad Canal settle his driver down, talking about Jimmy Johnson, get him on focus. He's running 2nd. You're hearing a frustrated Dale Jr. inside that race car. He's got his hands full. We take a look at the 48 car's crew chief as you see Jr. battling the 48 car, trying to stay up there close to that, only being 1 lap down. So if we do have a caution, he can get back on the lead lap. He's not got a bad car, but he's got a race car. He's got his hands full. He's got to stay totally focused. He's letting Lance McGrew know, I don't like this. You got to do something about it.
Meanwhile, Jeff Gordon has dominated throughout the race and maintains his lead. Text your opinion on who you think will win the AT&T Fastest Pit Crew of the Year award. Points awarded for fastest pit times. Jeff will have his selection. And most importantly, your vote counts. And you can text it to AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. 62 laps to go. It's Gordon and Johnson. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.